Hi everybody. I want to tell you that English is not my mother tongue and I have to use this paper to do this presentation, and I hope this will be not too boring for you. First of all, I want to introduce about myself. I'm both in Paris, but I'm original from Brittany. Brittany is located in the west part of France, as you can see on the picture. What is particular of Brittany is that the traditions are different from other parts of France. Our tradition are Celtic. For people who don't know what it is a really different way of celebrate. Our celebration are different, our commemoration are totally different too. And this are similar than tradition in Ireland, Scotland and Wales. If I talk about that, is to explain that since I'm birth, I was integrated to a mix of culture that predestined me to be curious about other traditions. I am both in Paris, precisely nearby Montmartre. And my vision of this city is far away from the vision of people abroad. I never consider that Paris is a romantic city. But I'm glad to be out there, because Paris, beside all, is a really nice city, full of culture for who are curious to know about. Many streets have a story to tell, and you just have to take the time to hear about it. Unfortunately, time mostly is not what we have in big city. Being both in Paris was a way to learn that what we have here reflects a part of our history. The idea that objects will have a soul when they are made by passion. I realized that later, especially after traveling in different countries, that all my surrounding, while I was young, was a part of the education of my sensibility and also my sense of aesthetic. As far as I can go back in my memory, the most significant thing I can remember is the Parisian subway that was nearby my house. I think I was lucky to see that, because at this time it was the last one using on this line. As most of the time, I was always happy to get on a train. Many children enjoy a train or bus at my own child. But this one was in wood, and I still remember his particular noise. It was really noisy when he was walking. His typical smell when I was inside, and also, as you can see on the picture, the terrible pain to sit on this wooden chair. This, after, gave me a good memory, and I realized how good it was. This is just to tell you how important could be a surrounding of your daily life, and how it can influence your imagination. Since I'm young, I enjoy to draw. And as everyone in France, I was integrated to the educational system. I followed the class and keep continuing drawing until this became an obsession when I was a teenager. A few years later, I decided that it was time to do something with my artistic skill. This is some of the drawing I made to illustrate it about the technique I use. I was young at this time and many doors was closed, until a circumstance when we meet people are interested in painting decoration. I saw that like a way to use my skill and get some money to pay my cost of living, and never like a way to continue my artwork. I integrated a school and learned in 3 months the main principle and technique of decoration. This can look short, but with my background was enough for me to start working on it. At the beginning and during a few years, I mostly work for particular an architect and get more knowledge by exchange with different co-workers. Finally, I find a balance between making money and keep continuing to create my artwork. During the 19th, my career as decoration bring me to get knowledge about construction and machinery, and allow me to work on different fields, as TV, event, theater, or musical show. So, in 2000 years, my work was occupying much more of my time, and didn't allow me much time devoting to my artistic work. During a few years, I have to stop creating. I have no regrets about this time. It was a great experience, and I met many people who was truly human. Also, my work allowed me to travel around the world and took me to different countries, mainly in Europe and Asia. I discovered various culture and tradition, and I fell under the spell of Taiwan and the friendliness of Taiwanese. I used to go to different countries, and to tell you what happened in somewhere is that when you go for the first time to a country, you're always excited by the fact that all is new. You discover something new, you see the streets are all new, but I keep using to come back to Taiwan, and what was really strange for me, but I always want to stay there. I never want to go back to my country, but I have to because my work told me to go back. But it's the only country where I'm always happy to come back and always want to stay. That's the reason I was feeling something deeply inside for Taiwan. Thank you. In 2008, I decided to resume my artistic work. I was suffocated by no longer being free to create. In 2009, I decided to immigrate to Taiwan to pursue my artistic work. Sometimes you don't have to know why, and you just have to feel the moment. And this is what happened to me in Taiwan. I didn't know why, but I could feel that I can get the peace of mind to focus on my artwork. Also, to meet my wife and decide to have a family was a reason for me to come to live here. We used to live in Taipei during 4 years, and we decided to move to Jiayi. I participated to different artistic activities, a few exhibitions, and realized the wall painting for the community. I made this wall not in a way to promote myself, but as a urban decoration, in a totally different way than my personal way of painting. The fact was for me to make this wall was to make that people can enjoy the surrounding. Like I told you before, for me the surrounding is really important. On the first part, I restitute to the nature a part of a urban jungle and integrate the wall to its environment. This part of the wall was really green, and by the way, the wall told me directly that I need to bring back some part of the nature for this wall. The second part is dedicated to artists already gone, that used to have city for background of their artistic work. That's why I directly think about Keith Haring and Jean-Michel Basquiat, who used to use the city for that. The main point was to make people, when I'm painting the wall, was to make people happy about the surrounding. As I tell you before, the surrounding is important and influences your daily life. The reason I choose some American artists is to show by the fact that I am a French artist, that art has no border. Also, to use another artist's way of painting was to show in a positive way that an artistic work can survive far away from any kind of financial speculation. And it can continue to exist in time. I think it's everyone's duty to perpetuate the legacy of art. That's why it seemed more important to me to dedicate this work to artists already gone than use it as a personal promotion. My artwork, even as you can see on this painting, if the nature is one of the main subjects, is totally different from this wall. One of the biggest turns taken by my artistic work was the observation of the nature and keep attention to its mechanical process. The nature observes a mechanical principle of evolution, which I think interesting to combine with what is the most seeking in a man. His passion, his love and hate. In what remains of the most authentic in the modern man, or instinct. I express on my work the nature of the man, and not the nature of the man in our society. For me, the society creates and invents every day new needs that we consider essential, arousing in us a selfish concern of material comfort, and take us away from a perception of the existence. We are so often solicited that we forget our basic need. But whatever could be the moral and the core of our society, we stay subject to our instincts. More than ever, we need to trust on our instincts. Because today, you can see all around you, today all things intimately felt can be transformed into a situation of everyone. We need to find what I call the color of our world. I express on my painting the strength of the color and its imperfection. As for the human nature, that reveals itself not only on its purity, but also on the value of its default, a color can also be revealed with its imperfection. The color can be both at the same time, pure and imperfect. Warm, coldness, brightness, darkness, black, white, gray, loud or quiet. For me, the truth is that everything is color and movement. To explain this painting, I choose to combine the black and the white and the color. Because for me, whatever is the medium, the color is always black, white, or whatever it could be. The difference for me is that the black and white are composed by two oppositions. And this explains also why I used to do painting or drawing. For me, the drawing is composed by two oppositions. One is the white, one is the black. These two oppositions are complete by the gray, who for me is silence. Most of the time when I draw, I have a silence who come naturally on it by the way of the rich or the gray. But with the painting, the color is always loud and I have always something to say. That's why I try to combine on this painting, the quietness of the subject and the loudness of the background. I never search also on my artwork to have an aesthetic, even if it doesn't look like, because my work has no aim to please, never to reach a physical or mental comfort. The aesthetic only intervenes into the sensibility of the viewer. The artwork is meaningful only if it can count on the collaboration of the beholder. It has no existence in itself. The reality is never in the work, but in the viewer's mind. The eyes are only an echo, a resonance related to our brain, just like our other sense. For whoever knows how to see beyond the form, there is a dialogue that can be established. A language of shape, of texture and color, which have the ability to put in resonance or sense. This is the essence of art for me, of being in relation and dialogue to ourselves. We must stop to always asking why. Visual art is there to educate our sensibility, not our mind. Nobody will ask a musician why he's playing this note. When we hear a melody, we have the choice to appreciate it or not. We must learn to look at the artwork as we listen to the music, with our sensibility. We must learn to feel what we see. Visual art also is not only a notion of concept. This notion of concept is of course proper to the artwork, but must, I think, be connected with technical research that allow to educate our sensibility. Over years, if the artwork exists only in concept, from then, concept have only the aim of promoting the artwork. So, can we still pick up artistic creation if the artwork does not follow in a disinterested concept? What we ask ourselves the question of what is art. The definition what we propose is often negative, in the meaning that this definition is produced by opposition. An opposition with the nature that follows some law purely mechanical, when art itself supposes the interruption of an act that is free. An opposition with the technical, because what aims the technique is the utility of its produce in human activity. An opposition with the morality, because we cannot say that artwork has accomplished something good in the sense of a moral duty. All this negative opposition of the art to the nature, to the technique, and to the morality reveal what is specific and properly positive in artist creation and activity. What I try to explain is that the education of our sensibility is more complex than what we used to think. The more important is not what people or artists have to say about the artwork, but what you feel, the dialogue between you and the artwork. Education of sensibility is a matter of feeling, not a matter of mind. To be more simple and direct, your heart, your brain don't care at all and don't give a shit in somewhere on what you feel. To answer the question of what is art, art is nothing else but what presets the artwork and the artist. The artwork had its origin in the work of the artist, but the artist is himself an artist by his work. The term that presets the work and the artist is quite simple. It's called art. I have another topic which is not related to art, but I want to present to you. This is mostly because this conference is in Jali and that I feel directly concerned about what happened to the city. I live in Jali and I open a place called Le Chat Noir, Chiarema. I choose to open it in an 84-year-old wooden house, but I renovated by myself. Many people think that I am crazy to do that, and that it would be better to destroy it. Most of the people in Taiwan consider that it's more comfortable to live in what they call a modern house. But when you renovate an old house, it is possible to find a balance between tradition and modernity. Unfortunately, easier is to destroy to rebuild. I don't think that it's necessary to always destroy. We can also adapt a place to a modern need. Never forget that what is fashionable today is already out of fashion tomorrow. And of course, the main point of making new house attractive is to make you buy it. Most of the houses, which was modern only 20 to 40 years ago in Taiwan, are already not interesting for no one. But most of the people are attracted by the charm of the old wooden house. This attraction comes from the fact that you can feel that the house is living. You can smell it, you can imagine how she grew, and you can continue to grow with it. This is also what I call a handmade house, something that you never can find again on a modern construction. The charm of and the sustainability of the whole house come from the fact that the material employed are noble, alive, and originated from artisanal work. This is what we need to find in modern architecture in Taiwan, a reflection that leads to the realization of unique architecture integrated to its environment, and not a reproduction that leads to the uniformity. I told you before about how important is the surrounding of the daily life, and I influenced myself when I was growing in Paris. Don't you think that what made Paris so attractive is mostly because people get used to preserve some part of the city? Is this city will be so attractive in the mind of most of the people if we keep destroying it? Your surrounding is also your history, and you have to try to preserve it and take care of it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening.